Welcome, everybody, to In the Buff. We got your host, Chris. We got Scott, John, and Cody here
I prefer
today.
to be the host.
I mean, Chris claimed it back in pilot.
Yeah,
Here
that
we
doesn't
are.
mean anything to me.
Here we are.
He said it. He finally got it in there.
Why don't you read your comments, comment boy?
All right, let's quickly go through the comments. We only have a couple of comments.
I wonder
because
why.
At time of we'll talk about this, but
Right.
at time of writing, the most recent podcast that we recorded is not currently up. Although
Also, they haven't missed me yet.
right, yeah. So that episode where John
We didn't
was
miss him last time.
That's true.
What are you talking about?
We'll get into it.
Yeah.
But by the time this video goes up, that podcast should be up, and we'll get it. We'll explain the delay. So real quickly, comments: Final Fantasy X Kamara Celestial Weapon Guide Spirit Lance video by Lucius Irving. Oh, I already read this one. Dear me. Now, I read this in the previous episode that is not up currently, but by the time this episode is up, it will be up.
Right.
So they'll know that I have read this comment by Lucius Irving, and I'm not going to read it now.
You know, your name is almost John Locke. Like the poet or whatever the fuck he was.
Who?
Oh.
No, John Locke was the...
Philosopher?
The guy from Lost.
Environment.
Yeah, he was on Lost.
Environment.
He was also on Lost.
Political sciences.
I don't know what the fuck he was. Who cares?
Final Fantasy X Element Primer's Guide video from Super Cool 1412. You know a man played too much Blitzball when he remembers a player's name from a different team. This is when I referred to Larbate of the Killica Beasts during the
I
Element
feel
Primer's
like
video.
that's an easy, funny one to remember, though.
Yeah.
Larbate?
Larbite? I'm not really sure.
I don't know.
It's not really important. Final Fantasy X Walk Celestial Weapon Guide World Champion video from Nemen. Hi. There's a way to know how many battles I did? I'm afraid to keep resetting, but do not appear because I don't have enough battle. And I replied to this one with a double buff channel. Unfortunately, no. Not unless you crack open the internal files from your save. You'll just have to estimate based on your progress and grinding.
Unfortunate for that poor
I don't think
viewer.
we need to divulge any more into that.
No.
Final Fantasy X, Tidus Celestial Weapon Guide Khaled Balg video. David No Name. I got perfect time, but no sigil.
Oh,
Sounds like you didn't get
that's
perfect time.
unfortunate.
I'm sorry to hear that. The issue with that is you can't just get 000 across the board. You have to actually get less than 000. So what probably happened, David No Name, is you got exactly 0.
That seems almost rare.
And yet, even worse.
Yes.
So, really inspiring and commendable achievement, but you get nothing.
Right.
So let's quickly talk about why there is no podcast up.
Explain yourself.
Well,
Did we get canceled?
No.
We got canceled because of you.
Well,
I fucking knew it.
If anybody got canceled, it would be you, John.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
You were saying some pretty,
risque.
yeah,
I wasn't even there.
some spicy stuff.
You were there the whole time.
Nuh-uh.
So, John, don't play this because it's after the fact, and you know that we made a John chatbot for you to participate in that last episode.
He doesn't watch the podcast.
I don't want
He wouldn't be able to. The episode's not up
But
yet.
it will be up by the time this is up.
Oh, that's right. So,
You like that explains anything.
we had a lot of fun. Well, I had a lot of fun.
Yep.
Probably a little too much fun because it was...
Is there such a thing?
when it's at the detriment of everybody else involved.
What did I agree to?
A
Through
lot.
your terms.
A lot.
It'll be all right. Here's the thing, though. I flew a little too close to the sun.
Much like Icarus.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was recording all of my audio through OBS. And I was distinctly recording it on 3 different audio channels. I was recording my microphone, the John chatbot, and the Discord call. And I separated them into 3 different audio tracks. And I'm like, oh, that'll make things a lot easier so that I can just, that's basically the whole podcast right there.
Right.
The problem is I did not check my audio tracks well enough because I accidentally set those 3 separate audio tracks to themselves all record to each other as well.
That's disgusting.
So I had 3 distinct audio tracks that just have all 3 audio sources playing over each other.
Right. Disgusting.
And I completely screwed up all of the audio for the... Well, not all of the audio. I screwed up all of my audio.
Right. How do we get around that?
So what I had originally planned to do was just cut all my audio and then re-record it post-hoc and try to get the cadence and tone right.
The amount of, I guess, just arch villainy in that method, right?
Mhm.
You want to control the whole situation. You could say whatever the fuck you want,
I could.
and we can't do anything to stop you.
It is the power of the editor
Right.
that they can really control whatever. And I like to think I have a little more integrity than that.
You don't.
I disagree that you. I agree with Scott.
I don't have that
But-
kind of integrity, but
but-
I'm too stupid to know how to do that.
Right.
Here's the thing, though.
He's a simple.
I thought that would be really long and tedious and boring.
Mhm.
So I took some inspiration from me and myself.
Incredible.
And I'm like,
really getting out of your safe zone here.
and I'm like, well, I made a really primitive version of a deepfake AI John for this. I'm like, why don't I just train my own AI deepfake voice algorithm for
Right.
myself,
Absolutely.
and then I can have it speak all the lines so that I don't have to re-record them.
But then you'll have to record them.
So it'll just do text to speech. So I can just type out what I want it to say, and it'll say it in my voice.
Is this for real?
Is this faster?
Honestly, I think it's a lot slower and a lot more tedious and a lot harder. But it's what I decided to do.
And you've been doing it all week?
Basically, yes.
Oh my god.
So
So that's why there's no podcast last week.
we're 2 days post ops podcast because you chose to go a horribly slandered uphill route.
My master plan
Mm.
is to actually train AI chatbots for all 4 of us.
So they can just have a podcast with themselves.
Oh
we
my God.
can just automate the entire podcast and have the chatbots talk with each other.
Now, the interesting thing for the commenters is maybe we're doing that right now. You know?
Who knows?
Listen, if somehow it reaches a point where we get fucking harassed for not yes-anding Chris, I'm gonna be impressed.
This needs to happen.
I'm trying.
Right.
I'm putting all of my minimal effort into getting this off the ground.
This is soon. We are going over the event horizon of. It's no longer a joke when we talk about reaching the singularity.
Yeah.
Of talking about of the last of what we were talking about in the podcast.
Mm-hmm. It's because if you can just train an AI to think and speak like you, you're in the machine, baby.
Oh,
You are the machine.
I'm so simple.
Think about how much time that would save us if we can just.
There were legitimately times last podcast where I'm like, that's what John would say. That's what would have happened.
Well, to be fair,
We basically already replaced John.
yeah.
And it was a rousing success.
Oh,
So
God.
why not? It's just going to be me with with all these chatbots just talking to each other, and it's
Incredible.
Well,
Absolutely incredible.
you don't have to have one for me.
because you barely
say
talk
anything.
anyways.
You just need 2 lines from him.
Goodbye, everybody. What was the first one?
Welcome everybody.
Welcome, everybody.
In the buff.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
So that's a little update on the channel.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Well, I'll just train your AI chatbot, and it will know what
It
to
will, of course. It'll know better than me.
You know,
I'm already inferior.
this must. Speaking of inferiority, this must make you feel really small.
Almost
Scott,
as small.
as the quantum verse.
Quantumania.
What a transition.
That was probably your best one yet, and it fell flat at the end.
John,
Like
Chris,
the
and I.
quantum verse.
Oh, just like Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania. John, Chris, and I went to go see Ant-Man.
Yeah.
So it wasn't good. It wasn't good, guys.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Let's start this out with saying I went in. So over the course of Phase 4 and all the shows and all that shit,
Yeah.
I went in with this thinking like, all right, I really just need to reset. Not everything's gonna be Endgame. Like, I can't go in thinking this is always gonna be the best Marvel film every time they come out with one.
Right.
Because you gotta have a reset eventually. Like, you just
Yeah.
gotta have something that, like, brings you back down to stuff.
I'm not...
I thought that was Black Widow.
I can accept
And
that.
then I thought it was Doctor Strange.
Yes.
And then I thought it was Thor Love and Thunder.
I can accept
I
that
didn't say Spider-Man, though.
not everyone can be a banger. It's impossible. Not every single movie you make can be a banger, right?
Do they all
Yeah.
have to be
Such
worse
shit?
than the
I
one
mean-
before?
Look at the prequel series.
Exactly. People like to shit all over the prequels, but man, I'd rather have another George Lucas trilogy than that fucking shit we got a couple years ago.
I hate to break it to you. Give it 20 more years. We're going to have another trilogy.
Yeah.
And we're going to be like, man, 7, 8, and 9 were so fucking good.
I don't think I'll ever say 9 was good.
You know, I don't think future badness retroactively changes current badness.
I've always defended the prequels. I understand they're not good, but they aren't like hot shit or anything. There's some stilted dialogue and stuff,
Society would beg to differ.
I guess.
But
Alright.
what I'm saying is, the sequel trilogy doesn't make the prequel trilogy any better
Absolutely.
just by existing and being worse.
Absolutely, I agree.
Allegedly.
Anyway, Ant-Man. Here's my no spoiler synopsis of it, right? If you saw the trailer,
Oh, we're not spoiling it.
fuck it, we'll spoil it.
Yay.
Who gives a shit? If you've
Yay.
seen the trailer, it basically spoils everything. Hey, spoiler alert, Ant-Man wins, okay? So the Ant-Man family goes down to the quantum realm.
Aunt Manly.
Aunt Manly, sure.
She's so strong.
Aunt Manly went down to the quantum verse, and Kang the Conqueror was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they beat him and they leave.
They beat Kang? Isn't he
Yep.
supposed to be like the new big bad?
But he's Ant-Man. Ant-Man can get big.
But he's already small because he's in the quantum
But he can
verse.
get big in the quantum.
So, next thing. Oh, well, crap. No, I'm already
What?
trying to point out loopholes. Shit.
So
Why was Kang down there?
apparently it's very Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a lot of Kangs. That was established in Loki. That there's just a shitload of
There- yeah.
Kangs. And like there's one Kang who's stopping all the other Kangs. But that Kang is gone now from Loki. So now all the other Kangs are running rampant. But there was one Kang again trying to stop them again called Kang the Conqueror. Kang the Conqueror was then sequestered in the quantum realm by all of these other Kangs, and for some reason that was a problem for them. Spoiler alert, at the very end of the movie, as in the, what do you call it, after credits,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
we see all these other Kangs, and I'm sure the actor's fine. I don't know his name.
Jonathan Taylor?
No idea. But
I don't know.
when I see him just being a bunch of the same character doing a different voice, I'm like, this is lame as fucking shit. It's like me going, oh, Kang the Conqueror has been defeated. Yes, Scott, Kang the Conqueror has been defeated. You know what that means. What does it mean, Kang the Conqueror, who's not... Oh, wait, I'm Scott. Never mind. It's just that.
Mhm.
And he was doing that with himself in a room. And then it was lame, and apparently So I guess Ant-Man killed him. And
Oh.
they were waiting for... He was in the quantum realm, stuck there forever. Ant-Man came and was going to be the reason he got out. Otherwise, he was stuck there forever.
Why did they go in the first place?
It was like some accident.
Yeah, so
That's another bullshit.
the beginning of the movie, he's trying to spend time with his daughter, and she keeps going to jail and doing all this dumb stuff. And the theme, I guess, was that he's an Avenger, but he stopped doing stuff after he saved the world, because why would he?
Go out on a high note.
Yeah, he stopped being a hero. And then you find out that she's working on stuff, and Grandpa...
She's also an
Grandpa made a
ant
suit.
scientist.
Oh.
And so she was sending a signal down to the quantum realm.
To
and
map
then...
it.
Wait, Scott Lang's daughter?
Yeah.
Yes. Cassie.
She was just like a little baby girl.
Well, it's been years since then.
It's been the 5-year
Oh.
blip plus some time.
The way they explained it for why she's so smart and can do this is, well, I just really wanted to get my dad back, was what she said.
And so he was stuck in the quantum realm.
Yeah, between
Those movies.
Ant-Man and Wasp and Endgame.
Also, I'm going to say this. I didn't even watch Ant-Man and the Wasp. I have never seen the movie. So it's good that I was here. Hey, guess what? I didn't miss out on fucking anything. None of it mattered. Wasp exists.
But she existed in the first Ant-Man.
But she didn't have a suit. Did she have a suit?
No, she got the suit at the end.
There you go.
That was their end credit scene or fucking whatever.
But so she wanted to map the quantum realm. And apparently in the second one, which I hadn't seen, Hank Pym's wife was stuck in the quantum realm and she came out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't bother to tell any of them because they hadn't decided what they were doing with the quantum realm yet, the writers. She didn't tell any of the Ant family that there's like a whole society down there in the quantum realm.
Yeah.
Not only is there a whole society, I accidentally rescued a genocidal maniac named Kang the Conqueror.
Oh, she did that.
He was sequestered there, and she helped him rebuild his
engine to his ship.
Spaceship thing that transports him around.
That's also where
But then
he gets his suit and his powers from.
before he used it to escape, she's like, "Oh shit, he's evil," and blew up the core, like literally with her.
She had one of the enlarging things.
Yeah, those enlarged.
Yeah.
She blew it up and made it huge so that he couldn't use it.
Whoops.
And so he can't do shit instead, and she escapes with.
I don't know.
She escaped.
Yep.
And
you didn't watch Ant-Man and the Wasp, so
and
did anybody?
Oh,
It wasn't explained there either.
She escaped the
quantum realm.
Oh,
she was with Bill Murray at some point.
Yeah.
And they fucked.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray was in the movie for 10 minutes for some reason, and apparently he was like a resistance leader who was working with Ant-Man or Hank Pym's wife,
Janet,
to stop Kang because she wanted undo helping Kang
in the quantum realm.
Yep.
Yes.
There's a whole society. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy, but instead of the galaxy,
it's small.
It's the quantum realm.
Where is the quantum realm?
Down.
It's underspace.
Underspace.
Yes.
What does that mean?
So when you shrink down enough, you'll find a layer.
He watched a whole video explaining this.
You'll find a whole layer that the multiverse sits on, and that's underspace. And
so there's
that's
only
the microverse.
We are going
the quantum realm.
We're operating under the assumption that there is only one quantum realm below all of the multiverses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why there's only one Kang the Conqueror there, even though there's a fucking infinite number of multiverses. So there should be an infinite number of Kang the fucking Conquerors. But I digress.
So, hang on.
Scott brought up a good point.
Wait, so what you're saying is you could be in one universe, shrink down into the quantum realm, move laterally, and then come up in a different universe?
Potentially, yeah.
I don't even know if that could happen. But theoretically, one you could shrink down to the quantum realm, and then another you could shrink down to the quantum realm.
Okay.
So it should be chock-a-block with Ant-Mans, if we're going to be serious.
Did that happen?
No.
No.
Oh. Just the one.
Well, except for the one time, but that was because of other shit. It doesn't matter. No, you had accidentally brought up a really good point. He was in the quantum realm during those 5 years until he pops out.
He should have been...
So he should have known!
I can't.
He should have known about the societies.
How did I not think of that?
But for him, it was 5 minutes.
Is that true?
He says that in the movie.
It certainly wasn't fucking 5 minutes for Hank Pym's wife.
Or no, he said 5 hours. Because they were like, you've been gone for 5 years. He's like, well, for me, it felt like 5 hours. Or some bullshit. I don't know.
I trust you. You watch it so much.
Hang on, then.
I watched the last 30 minutes so much.
Well, hang on. Then, how did they have enough time to find the society in the quantum realm if he didn't find it in 5 hours? How much time were they spending in the quantum realm in this movie?
Maybe he wasn't even in the quantum realm? What were they doing at the end? I didn't watch it. What were they doing at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp when he got trapped in there?
They were doing...
We're gonna have to watch it.
They were testing some sort of device, that sent him into the quantum realm, and they were supposed to bring him back, but then they got dusted.
Sure is interesting that that Hank Pym's wife, I don't know her name. That
Michelle
Hank,
Pfeiffer.
I don't know.
Janet. It sure is interesting that Janet didn't warn them, hey, maybe we don't want to stop poking into the quantum realm there, because there's a whole fucking society down there.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that I took away from the movie. Blah, 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 they win. All right? That's all the story that matters. They like have an uprising against Kang the Conqueror, and he had this ultimate future technology that amounted to he could shoot blue lasers and move stuff like Mangetto.
Okay.
And it didn't seem all that ultimate to me. Also, MODOK was in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Don't
MODOK,
get excited.
remember from the first Ant-Man, the bad guy who was in that suit. He got all crumpled.
Guy that was in the suit.
Like there's another suit that shot lasers.
Oh, yeah. The bad guy.
Ant-Man like broke the integrity of the suit or whatever, and he collapsed in on himself.
Yeah.
That's MODOK now.
Oh.
And now he's a big head with little legs and little
I thought
arms.
MODOK was a computer.
He is.
No. He's a mobile organism designed only for killing?
The one they used in the movie was mechanized organism.
Mechanized
But I don't know if that's what it was in the comics. Either way.
Well, there were a lot of different MODOKs.
There were, but that was not fucking MODOK. That's just a guy that looked like MODOK.
My favorite
and they
is
called him MODOK.
My favorite's Modorb.
Sure.
A mechanized organism designed only for roller derbying.
Ooh.
See, maybe it's massive headed organism, and it's a hyphen, so it's just the M for MODOK.
Massive headed organism.
Designed only for killing.
Yeah.
But you say he wasn't in the movie for very long, and
No, he was actually in the movie quite prevalently, and
they defeat him.
they kind of like turn him good.
Yeah.
And then he dies.
He was a fucking joke character.
At least I died as an Avenger.
Like
I don't know if I'd go that
well,
far.
he
but
said
the
that,
line.
and then Ant-Man's like,
Yes. Yep. Yes.
That was probably the joke that fell the least flat.
Yeah.
Remember when the first Ant-Man felt really fresh because it was such a different archetype for a movie?
Well, I think it's because they stole all their ideas from Edgar Wright
Yeah.
when they made that movie.
Yeah.
And then they were like, hey, Edgar, we're going a different direction with this.
Remember when it didn't have anything to do with any of the other movies and it was just a family man
Like a
trying to
heist
connect with
movie?
his doctor and he was, just trying to steal a suit or something?
Yeah.
That seems quaint.
So here's my mini rant about fucking Ant-Man, anyway, is they tried desperately to explain the science behind it, and it pisses me off so much. Just say they get big and small.
Mm-hmm.
In the first one, they're like, we compress the atoms. The spaces between the atoms get smaller, but you retain the mass.
Mm-hmm.
And they try for a second to maintain that. When he first gets small, he's in the bathtub,
And he
like cracks the porcelain.
Yeah. Because
That's
you've got
the last time.
Because you've got like a 215-pound man hitting it like a pinprick.
Yeah.
And and then never again.
That's the last time they even hint. Like, he's running against the gun in that movie. He's riding an ant in that movie.
None of these things make sense.
None of them. He shrinks a tank and a building in that movie. It would apparently be the mass of a fucking building.
He just has a tank as a keychain.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense.
The building was in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Whatever.
Well,
It must have been in the
seen it?
trailer.
It was in the trailer.
That's
That's
why
why
I know
I
about
know,
it.
because I didn't watch the movie
I didn't
either.
watch it, but it doesn't make any sense that again, because they're trying to explain it, that I'm getting smaller. They should be gods in the quantum realm, right? They
Why?
are the mass of a human, smaller than you can imagine in the quantum realm.
Mm-hmm. And
So-
they're getting even smaller.
Yeah, and it doesn't make any sense that they can. Why are they stronger when they're big? With that logic as well.
Wait, can they still get bigger and smaller in the quantum?
Yeah.
But
Yep. Uh-huh.
but
it doesn't
going.
make any fucking sense.
I think I've heard people explain this away as, well, that's just what Hank Pym thinks the Pym particle does.
Okay, I can accept that. He's wrong. He's so fucking wrong.
And you'd think he would have figured out that he was wrong.
Yeah.
Because he's allegedly carrying around a tank on his keychain.
Yeah.
And a building in his suitcase.
But
Maybe he's just fucking jacked.
the after credits was just a scene from the new upcoming season of Loki.
Well, that's great. remember when those end credit scenes had like interesting, scenes to develop the overall plot, and now
And
it's
like
just an
it was
ad?
like a reassurance. Yeah.
Oh,
It
no,
was-
no. They definitely tried to keep it relevant and interesting.
Better
Oh,
yet
okay.
is I liked back when it felt like an Easter egg. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I
Like Thor's hammer in Iron Man 2.
exactly. I was gonna
Yeah.
say it's like, oh shit. Like again, I wasn't connected to the internet when the MCU first started, and I watched Iron Man in a vacuum. I didn't even see the after credits with Nick Fury in that movie.
Mhm.
It wasn't until like Avengers came out that I realized that I knew it was there. And when I saw Iron Man in the Hulk, I was like, holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit, that's RDJ and he's Iron Man.
Mhm.
Like he is Tony Stark in that movie.
They're doing this.
They're doing this. And it was
Learning
like
to believe.
Those fucking mad lads.
it really was my young naivete seeing those Easter eggs at the end of the movie was like being like, yeah, you're right. Don't worry. It's actually happening. I'm like,
Mhm.
fuck. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like an advertisement. Go watch Loki.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you remember,
Spider-Man No Way Home was straight up just the trailer for Doctor Strange 2.
and Captain America was straight up just the trailer for Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
So like they've had their hits
Okay.
and misses.
That's
To be
fair.
fair with that one, it was like the capper. That one was
Yeah,
right
yeah.
before Avengers. They're like
Yeah.
Captain America capper, huh?
Well, there you go.
But
no cap?
it
No,
was
he
a-
was in there. It was all Cap.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
I was making this point earlier. When we walked out of the theater, the thing we kept saying was, the thought in my mind was, it was like we watched Guardians of the Galaxy, but none of the Guardians were there.
Mm-hmm.
That was the tone. Just wacky stuff happening in this wacky quantum realm with wacky characters. No two characters look alike. There's a broccoli guy and a guy with no holes. And I don't give
It's
a fuck
probably-
about the Ant family.
It's the Ant-Manly,
Ant
please.
Manly.
Trademark.
Ant-Man
by
family.
Disney. It's probably not the best conclusion when you walk out of a movie confused and frustrated.
I was saying to Monsi that when I didn't spoil it to her, obviously. She didn't want me to spoil it. But, like,
Oh God, Monty, don't listen to this podcast. I'm just kidding. Damage is done.
I wasn't bored. Black Panther bored me. I don't think I was bored watching this movie. I was frustrated and confused because they kept doing this runaround with Janet,
Mm-hmm.
Hank Pym's wife, where
That was so fucking
it was
frustrating.
so fucking infuriating because she could have just said, hey, so there's like a whole society down here. There's like, they have their own technology.
There
There's, like,
was-
different species.
2, 3, 4, like, I think legitimately 7 scenes where they're like,
I don't
like,
have time.
Mom, what are you not telling us about the quantum realm? And she's like, I can't tell you.
Like the implication in the movie was that she's so frightened to tell them because she's scared of Kang the Conqueror.
I see.
But I mean, they're fucking down there right now, so maybe they should know.
Yeah.
It's not like realizing he exists puts them at a threat. More so than they are right now for being where he is. But I digress. It wasn't good.
Well,
You want to hear how MODOK lost?
are you asking me or the audience?
You.
Sure.
I don't care about the audience.
Oh.
I care about the audience.
Oh.
Unless he plays a sound clip saying that I don't care about. Fuck! Now that's
No,
it
it
Oh
exists.
my god! All it is a weapon for you. This is terrible. I'm on fucking eggshells. Shells. No! Fuck!
Not okay. MODOK.
MODOK. So he's first called the Hunter.
I
He
just
also-
realized
he
I
looks-
actually don't really care.
He looks as awful as you might expect him.
Yeah.
It's actually, it's pretty.
Oh,
It's probably the best part of the movie.
honestly, I know what MODOK looks like in the comics, and I'm like, if I saw that in real life,
Would
it
you say that
just
that was
be-
comic accurate?
Yeah, sure.
Did you ever
Okay.
watch Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Yeah.
There were a lot of
It
moments that
looks
look like Spy Kids 3D.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not good.
It
Oh, also, I
It's a
accidentally
multi-
bought 3D tickets.
it looks like George
That might not have
Lopez. He looks like
It
George
might have helped.
Lopez in the fucking
Yeah. Dr. Electric.
It's so bad.
Oh,
Man.
You know that's Taylor Lautner? He's a werewolf now.
So, anyways,
No, he's just some guy now.
Unfortunately.
Ant-Man's daughter was fighting MODOK, and then she turned big and stepped on him. And she started to
She
leave.
also has a suit.
Yeah, she also has a suit.
Oh.
And it's convenient that they all have like the crazy nano suit that Iron Man has now that can just put it on and it's on.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then she starts
Save
to
on
leave.
the CGI budget, I guess.
After she stomps on him, she starts to leave, and he's like, "Wait, no, I'm not done with you." And she's like, "Stop being a dick." And he's like, "Oh, okay."
How do I stop being a dick?
And then he goes and he tries to sucker punch Kang and gets his shit kicked in.
Yep.
And there's MODOK.
But he died in Avenger.
This doesn't feel compelling.
No.
You're absolutely right.
I can't help but notice you put away your laptop there.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
The four of us could rewrite it and it'd be like 100 times better.
Well, I mean, you are a graduate. You have a bachelor's degree in.
Yeah,
Writing?
and I learned that I could write it. I could write it and make it like 3 times better.
But with the
But with the 3 of you being the funny ones,
Oh, that's true.
Oh.
we'll actually make it. Like,
Well, I'll take a co-credit.
okay,
I want to be EP.
co-writers.
Oh dear, we're gonna have to talk. You're gonna have to talk to Kevin about that.
Oh shit.
You have to talk to the mouse himself for that.
Is this enough Aunt Manly talk?
Aunt Manly, unfortunately, none of them died. And it was pointless. The point of the movie was, hey, Kang exists, he's dead, and they got out.
But he's actually not dead.
Kang the Conqueror is dead.
And the movie went on for probably about like 5 minutes too long.
You keep saying that, but I don't understand the difference.
What?
Kang the Conqueror is the one that wanted to take... Kang the Conqueror was, like, killing all of the other Kangs so that they couldn't... It's like Rick and Morty. He was the Rickest Rick.
Okay.
And the Rickest Rick got sequestered in the quantum realm for being so Rick. And now all the other Ricks... We didn't talk about that. For some reason, he was a non-issue, stuck in the quantum realm. He did not affect them in any way. They got word that he died, and they're like, we can mobilize. Go fuck yourself.
Because they were afraid that he would kill them?
I took that as they were like, oh shit, there's people out there that can kill Kang. We're not safe now. We need to go kill them. That's how I took that.
Okay.
But they weren't... but... couldn't... Well, if they couldn't kill Kang... if these Kangs couldn't kill Kang the Conqueror, then what makes them think that they can kill the people that killed Kang the Conqueror?
Well,
It's a hierarchy problem here.
I don't even know why they couldn't kill him, because he was abandoned in the quantum realm without his technology. He doesn't have any superpowers. He is just future Iron Man.
Wait,
yeah.
so all the Kangs aren't in the quantum realm.
No.
Where are they?
I don't fucking know.
They're in the Rick Citadel. It's Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
And they're just hanging out there.
Yeah.
I guess.
Then what's... So if Kang the Conqueror was in the quantum realm, then what are all these other Kangs doing?
I don't know.
They're biding their time.
Like, the
But
way
if he was-
it was kind of poking at it in Loki was that Kang at the end of Loki was like, there's a shitload of other me, and we keep seeing that we keep meeting each other. Because other me's found out how to go to other universes using technology. But there are an infinite number of other me's who don't use that technology like a good guy would.
Okay, hold on.
I think...
Is the impetus...
But that means there's a fucking infinite number of good guy Kangs. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Is the impetus that Kang the Conqueror from the Ant-Man movie is the Kang from Loki, or is that a different
That's
Kang?
a different... That guy's dead. From Loki.
Yeah, he died.
So now we
in
have
Loki.
2 dead Kangs and a citadel of Kangs.
And I got the impression that Kang, before he died, there were no other Kangs. He was making it only be one. They created the multiverse in Loki.
Because every time there was a diversion, they would go there and end that version of the universe or whatever.
I'm getting frustrated because I don't like being in control.
Mm-hmm.
And I really feel like nothing you have said for the past 30 minutes has made any sense.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Maybe
right.
it's my fault because I haven't watched any of these movies or any of these TV shows except for Shulk.
Cody. It didn't make any sense to us either.
Look, I know it's confusing,
So-
right?
No. This is what this is a denouement.
let me-
I don't want to know. I want to
end it.
stop talking about it.
So let me make the final comment about Ant-Man and we move on.
Here it is.
Well, I want to make one after yours.
Oh God.
Chris, that's not how this works!
Penultimate comment. Final comment. Go.
You know what? That's fine, because I was going to talk about how the ending ended 10 minutes later than it should have.
Okay.
So the ending,
Oh,
they get
I
out.
forgot about
They get
that.
out. And this is probably the best part of the movie.
Oh,
If it
yeah.
would have ended on this
Yes.
note, I would have
Yes.
been like, you know what? Positive ending. I like it. Funny. Only joke that lands. But he's like walking and he's like doing a recreation of the first scene of the movie where he's talking about how great life is. And he's like, yeah, I just saved the universe. You know, again, I'm back in action. Everything's great. He wrote a book, by the way. And he's like, and we stopped Kang. We saved the whole multiverse. But wait, didn't he say something about killing other Kangs?
And there's like happy music playing and it
And,
starts
like-
dimming while he's
And
doing
his
this.
facial expressions are just going all over the place. He's like, if he's killing all the other Kangs, then was he the good Kang? Did we just kill the wrong Kang? Did I just kill the multiverse?
He said something bad was going to happen if I go away.
But I'm still here.
It'll probably be fine.
If it would have just ended with him saying, it'll probably be fine. That would have been the fucking best
But
thing.
then the
in world
movie
to me.
keeps going, and they get a cake because it's not his daughter's birthday. He missed a lot of birthdays.
Mhm.
And they're in a
Fine.
restaurant. They get a cake. He eats some of the cake, and he just goes, ugh. Credits start.
Yep.
Yeah,
Don't even understand the joke.
it's so bad.
All right.
Maybe it will be revealed in
Now that we just found a
Moon
good,
Knight season 2.
I hope.
now that we just found a good ending to finally stop talking about Ant-Man, go ahead and say your comments.
How many holes do you have?
I don't want to discuss this.
Okay.
You know I'm sensitive about that. That was really rude of you to bring up in public like that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry on his behalf. How deep are we?
We're at 38 minutes.
Of Ant-Man. So it's John's corner. Huh?
I feel sick talking about Ant-Man.
It's John's corner.
I thought I was gonna feel better talking about it, but I don't.
The problem, I keep having questions.
More like Rant Man.
And there we go. There it is.
Got him.
I keep having questions pop into my head, and I'm like fighting my instinct to not ask them.
Because you don't give a fuck.
Because yes.
All right.
John.
It's John's corner.
Are we going to be able to do your corner?
Yeah, I had a segue that I thought was pretty good. Oh, sorry, to answer your question, I wasn't listening to you. To answer your question, yeah, but it's just gonna be on a smaller screen for you guys to see.
Okay.
The audience at home will be all right.
All right, great.
Okay.
You guys can feel free to play along with us. Even leave a comment if you want to.
Oh,
Which one you think was correct?
gotta love that audience participation,
That's all I got.
I guess.
It's either that or a one-liner here and there.
John bought.
So what do you guys know about the Mandela effect?
I think it's a little bit overblown, and dumb, brain-rotted Zoomers put a little too much emphasis on it.
I think the Mandela effect is a symptom of people who think they are more important than they actually are. And they're like, there's no way that I could be misremembering this.
Okay. Chris?
I think it's really interesting, and it shows the fact that there is a multiverse.
Quite the gamut of opinions here.
I think that
Gambit?
the Mandela effect is perfect for people who have had 11 concussions.
Ooh. Do we know anybody? You're approaching that number, I think.
I'm getting there. I smacked my head on the fucking handle of the bathroom door like 2 days ago,
Okay.
and I've been pretty hazy ever since.
Mark the tally down there.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
It's getting there. So I've developed a series of pictures for you guys. You tell me
Developed.
what's right and wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
I photoshopped all of these.
Oh.
Okay.
And by photoshopped, I mean I found the right and wrong ones on the internet and threw them in a picture together.
Nice!
BuzzFeed, eat your heart out.
All right, let's.
Cody, you like wieners, right?
I do. I love them.
So, how do you spell Oscar Mayer?
With the
No, it's cause Oscar Mayer has a
That's baloney.
no, my
No,
baloney has a first name, it's Oscar. My baloney has a second name, it's Meyer. The first one.
So you think it's Meyer?
yeah, I believe it's M-E-Y.
You think the same, Chris?
It's that first one.
Is that first one?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. That's great. That's gonna take a second.
I work at a grocery store,
Oh
my
no,
guy.
it's not. Are you sure? Because it's A.
M-A-Y, but that means I...
Spelled it wrong?
I spelled it wrong.
That's crazy.
M-A-Y-E-R.
But no, that's how the song goes.
M-A-Y-E-R.
M-E-Y-E-R.
M-A-Y-E-R.
Both of them fit.
This is not sponsored.
That's crazy.
But Oscar Mayer, I love your fucking doggies. You know?
Okay, that might have been a biasing.
in my mouth.
That might have been a biasing
You're
because
biased towards the letter E?
I think it might have been that. Okay, don't show. Okay, it doesn't. Does the next picture have a song that I could sing along with?
Not to get the answer.
Okay, then I don't know what help this will do. What's the next picture?
You remember all the cartoons we used to watch,
I got this easy.
guys? You remember all these cartoons?
I know
Bugs
this.
Bunny?
I know this.
Yeah.
Oh, we know this one?
Yeah,
Are we
yeah.
sure?
Yeah.
Because you seemed pretty fucking confident about the
I'm
last one.
absolutely certain
It's
about this one.
tunes,
It's tune-
T-U-N-E-S.
yeah, it's tunes like a music.
We're absolutely sure.
I'm absolutely
Yeah,
100%
because they're also
certain.
called Merry Melodies.
Exactly.
100% locked in, guys.
Yep.
You would be correct.
I know we're correct. We said we were correct.
Tunes
You were
like the
pretty
music.
correct about the
All
last
right,
one, weren't
guys,
Tunes like the music.
he's favoring the right side. Remember that.
you? Favoring the right side, you
Tunes
say, huh?
like the music.
All right. Let's go to another one that we're all pretty fond of. You guys remember Pikachu?
Yeah.
Which one's the right Pikachu?
Oh, I actually don't know this. I didn't.
It's crazy, huh?
Both look wrong.
They look. One of them's correct.
No,
It's the right one because he doesn't have the big block on his tail.
Does he not?
Are you sure?
I have no idea.
Audience, what do you think?
Well, see, the thing is, he's also got a little.
He's
There's
got
a
a
little something down
zhuzh.
here too.
He's got
He's got a
something
little
next to
bit.
his
He's got a little
asshole.
poop on that tail.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's the one on the left because it's been the one on the right every time.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think
These
so?
both look wrong to me. I'm going to be real.
No, it's on
They
the
both
right.
look wrong.
I don't
It's on the
remember the
right.
last
It's
time
the
I
right
saw
one,
it.
dude.
Chris, what's your call?
It's the right one.
I'm gonna say it's the one with the zhuzh on the end of the tail.
I will say, I knew you guys were gonna immediately start looking at which one's which, like which one's right and which one's wrong, and pay attention to left and right based on that. I moved them around.
Yeah!
The one without the black on the tail is correct.
Pokemon fan here.
I flipped them
No,
into pictures.
no, you switched the pictures for the correct and wrong one.
That's crazy.
Oh.
I guess you're wrong, Chris. Or is your memory just incorrect?
I think.
Yeah, hold on. Maybe
I
you're
looked
just
away and
misremembering.
looked back, and now
It's a Mandela effect.
it's the Matrix.
Anybody
Deja
eat
vu?
Fruit Loops when we were kids?
Deja
No,
vu.
I never watched Fruit Loops. I mean, ate.
They all
I
taste
mean,
the same.
I
Is
don't
that
like.
the Mandela effect?
I don't like fruit cereals. Controversial opinion.
There used to be.
I could agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm more of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
CTC, Honey Nut Cheerios. That's what I go for.
Nah,
So you guys didn't really,
No.
have Fruit Loops?
nah, double O's,
It's-
4 O's.
It's definitely
It's
the double O's.
Double O for sure.
You think so?
Uh huh.
It feels weird to put it on just the oops.
At least the new boxes have four circles.
That would be correct, guys. Well done. Well done.
He's really fucking us.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
annoying as hell.
Oh, you know what I meant to do? I meant for us to tally this up, and we could have said what was right and wrong at the end.
Oh.
Who's editing? Who's editing? Editor? Chris.
This is beyond my
He's
price
still got a
point.
lot going on, okay?
Yeah.
Just hit us with some dings
He's
on
making
the side.
he's making an AI algorithm to make a podcast for us.
Wow. Are you going to be the first one to replace with a robot?
Yeah.
Besides my voice. Fuck. I guess I lost already.
all I'm saying is maybe you all three could pull a little more fucking weight around here.
Jiffy and Jif?
It's Jif.
Which one is it?
I've never seen Jiffy before.
Yeah.
So it's Jif?
It's Jif.
It's Jif.
It's Jif?
Choosy moms choose Jif.
What?
Choosy programmers choose Jif.
Excuse me?
I work at a grocery store. Damn it, it's Jif.
Cody, what's your call?
Get that Jiffy shit out of here.
I'm pretty sure it's Jif.
You think it's Jif? Is that because you guys think it's right?
It's actually
or
pronounced
is it because it's the only one that has the bottle?
I think it's people are just confusing it with Skippy peanut butter.
That's
People-
actually exactly what it is.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
correct.
Oh,
it's Jif. It's the
That's
bottle.
what, yeah, I was
have-
thinking. I couldn't think of the other one's name, but I'm like, isn't there one that ends in Y?
I have heard of idiot people calling it Jiffy peanut butter.
Well, I've heard like the phrase "I'll be there in a jiffy," like that kind of thing. It's like Jiffy Lube.
Mm-hmm.
This
That
is
is a
just a
word.
not sponsored episode completely. Isn't that fun?
What else we got?
No,
I got a good
also
one here.
there's
Going to
Jiffy
where I
peanut-
work. Anybody use Febreze here?
Never
No.
once.
No?
I did at
But
your
you see the
house.
bottles all the time, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume it's double E like Breeze.
Oh,
Breathe.
yeah, I wouldn't even pick that up.
I will say this right
Febreze.
now.
La la la.
I
la,
see
la.
this product every day of my life, multiple times a day.
And you got this one wrong?
I got it wrong.
Give me the 2 E's.
I think it's
2 E's?
Two E's.
2 E's?
Yeah.
For Febreze?
Because I don't think I've ever seen the logo.
2 E's?
Let me see. Let me get a quicker look.
Could look around the room, guys.
It's not Febreze.
Or maybe it is.
You have bad
I have
eyesight. The
poor
clue's
eyesight.
over there.
Yeah, it's over there. He has Febreze.
It's on the ceiling.
Hold on, is that the same Febreze from when I lived here?
Why does that matter?
I'm gonna be contrarian, 1E.
It's like 10
Ooh.
years old at this point.
Cody going the different route.
What do you say, John? Oh,
I
you know
was
the
wrong.
answer?
You were right, Cody. 1
There you
E
go.
in for breath.
See, we should be. Here's the thing. We should be like. It should be double E, like Breeze.
I agree, 100%.
It's you know what it is.
It's
While
French.
we were debating it, I shrunk down into the quantum realm and came up in another universe where they do spell it with 2
Right.
E's.
Ah.
I will. kneecap
There's
you.
a hyphen.
Kit Kat.
I don't. That hyphen looks like it's photoshopped in there.
No, that is a
Is
real
it photoshopped
hyphen.
in there?
It's a real
Fuck, you
hyphen.
can tell my work.
I'm gonna say that is not. It's no hyphen. No
It's a-
hyphen.
No hyphen.
Cat. There's a hyphen.
So, Chris, you're saying hyphen?
There's a hyphen.
Cody?
I don't think there is a hyphen.
I work in a grocery store. I'm wrong about things, but I work in a grocery store.
You were just wrong about the Febreze thing.
I moved them around again. But there is
There
no
is no
hyphen,
hyphen.
Chris.
Oh my
There
god.
is no hyphen.
You dumb idiot.
It's left kit and left cat. What?
Let's see.
Sorry, different
else do we
candies
have
are
here?
available.
Anybody know Curious George?
I do. He
Yeah.
has no tail.
He has no
He
tail.
has no tail? Are you sure?
I'm 100% certain.
All right. What are you saying? Here's a picture so you can look at it.
Yeah, he's a chimp, not a monkey.
That's like a bunch of shit coming out of his ass there.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Is that what that is? Just one long ass turd?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
gross.
Everybody said no tail?
No
That's
tail.
it.
I'm not even going to go to it. You're correct. But
Did
we all
Mandela
like
die?
Star Wars, right? We talked about it today during our game.
Yeah.
Slightly. Which
Uh,
C3PO is correct?
Well, which movie is this supposed to be
movie?
from?
What movie?
I think it's supposed
Very
to
well.
be the original. and
I'm gonna say
he
they're
has
both
a-
correct.
I'm going to say
Doesn't he have a red foot in one?
no. He has a red arm, but he
Right.
only has he has a red foot and he's a red arm and a silver foot, which means the one with no silver foot is the correct one. It's from the original trilogy.
I think they're both correct.
What are you saying, Chris?
There you go.
He only has a silver foot with a red
I'm
arm.
gonna go with Silverfoot because I'm contrarian.
Oh, wow. You sounded so confident. So, Silverfoot,
No silver.
no
No, I'm
Silverfoot.
saying they're both correct.
Oh, you're saying they're both
I'm
correct.
saying
Sorry.
At different times.
Both correct. Silverfoot.
yeah, at different times. Yeah.
Scott would be correct.
Well,
In episode 3, he was all gold.
Yeah.
And in the original trilogy, he had the
He has a
silver
silver
foot.
leg.
all right.
They're both correct. That was my trick question, guys.
I did it.
You did it. You did. I'm so proud of you. All right. Here's an interesting one for you. Take a close look at this. Which one's correct?
Okay.
This is King Henry.
This
VIII.
is King Henry VIII.
Uh-huh.
It seems to be his official portrait.
Why?
Uh-huh.
I've seen the right one before.
Have you?
The one on the left is the card, like the king card.
Yeah.
Is that
Mhm.
true?
Like the
It's
heart.
shaped like it.
The heart king is stabbing himself on the head,
Except
but
he's
instead he
holding
has a chicken leg.
Yeah,
I think it's
chicken
the one
leg.
on the right then.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm gonna
that's true.
I'm gonna go with the non-chicken leg, but I like the chicken leg.
I'm gonna
better.
go non-chicken
You
leg
guys
as well.
would be correct.
Wait, is that Robert Baratheon?
No.
Oh.
No. So, this was I was surprised to see this show up as a Mandela effect
Mhm.
that people were talking about, because also, why?
He's the fact
somebody-
he blew up
somebody
when he ate
Made
too much after he died.
somebody just made a Photoshop version of the chicken leg, obviously. And it became so popular that people just started assuming it was real.
Never once seen that.
No.
No,
I've never once seen it either. So I'm like, is this a fucking deep fake?
must be it.
Do you know what a deep fake is?
No.
I'm not gonna lie. I
All right.
actually just pretend that I know.
You
what a
guys
deepfake is
are
every
gonna
time
get
I
this
say
one
it.
because I know you guys are smart and everybody loves Star Wars here. You fucking nerds.
I actually don't care for Star Wars.
What's the line?
Well,
Which
this
one's
is
the right
It's
one?
a trick question.
It's well.
Go ahead, Cody.
So the original theatrical version of Empire Strikes Back, the line is "No, Luke, I am your father," and then in subsequent re-releases, it is changed from "Luke, I am your father" to now the most recent version is "No, I am your father."
I think
So-
you are 66% correct. You're missing one.
So you know how earlier I had a both right kind of answer, right?
Yeah.
This is another one that's both are right. There's that third option, just like with the red arm, like you were talking about with C-3PO.
Yeah.
I
Both
just
the
didn't
Star
wanna add
Wars
everything.
ones have been trick questions. I wonder if that's a pattern.
That's crazy.
I didn't
That's
get to
crazy.
answer.
That's crazy.
You're doing great.
All right. Sorry about that, Chris.
You're doing
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
You knew it was personal because I have issues with that.
With Star Wars or
Yeah,
fathers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's an easy one.
No, with Luke.
Yeah,
Which one's the right one?
It's the Berenstain Bears.
Are you sure about that,
Much
Scott?
to my chagrin, it is apparently Stain Bears.
This is the one that started it all.
Yep.
I die on this hill because I refuse to acknowledge that Berenstain exists.
Well,
I don't care.
I was convinced growing up that it was Berenstein.
I
remember watching the cartoon and them self-referentially calling themselves Steen, Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
Mhm. But I also recognized that maybe I was just a fucking dumb 7-year-old.
And Stain is a weird name. Berenstain
I
is
will start a
Mhm.
nuclear war over it. I don't care.
Oh my goodness.
I'm wrong.
Okay. All right. Good
John,
for you.
you're the first against the wall
That's,
when you tell us what the correct
yeah.
answer is.
That's actually what's going on in Ukraine right now.
Fuck.
Well,
all over Berenstain Bears.
Chris, I have a answer for you. Because it's Bernstein, unfortunately, my friend. You're allowed to be wrong though, and that's okay.
Can I? This isn't really a Mandela effect. I'm gonna jump in here for a second, man or can. When Dennis Nedry opens up the Barbasol container,
Yeah.
or sorry, Dotson does, and he expends it, and it and it whines. The thing is, it whines right when Dennis Nedry is going. So it kind of looks like he is
Can I
making
get a
the
picture
noise.
of you? Or so we can just put that in
put
the
the
cast?
scene. Put the scene of Dennis Nedry. He looks like me.
Yeah.
Put the scene of Dennis Nedry whining. May or can. You guys know what the scene I'm talking about is?
I
right?
know what you're
What's
talking
man
about.
or can?
Man or can. Is he the one making the noise, or is it the can hissing?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Man or can.
Great.
Anyway, continue.
Get in the comments and,
Get in the comments.
and tell us your theory.
Man or can.
We're going
So-
straight to Steven on this one.
It's our new bit. Man or can.
Speaking of man, let's talk about the Monopoly Man.
No monocle.
No monocle.
No monocle.
I like it with the monocle better, but he has no monocle.
I think they're just confusing him with the Planters Peanut guy.
I think they are too. So obviously, I guess there's the answer now.
The peanut
no
doesn't-
monocle.
The peanut doesn't have a mustache.
No, he has a monocle
They're
though.
both dipper.
Excuse me?
Dapper.
There you go.
And
Getting a little late, buddy.
they both have canes and top hats.
All right.
Yeah.
Going to my next line. Lord of the Rings, the real popular one.
Let's fly.
Does he say "Run, you fools" or "Fly, you fools"?
No, it's fly, you fools.
Fly, you fools.
For you.
He's
yeah.
foreshadowing the Eagles.
Yeah, that never
Chris?
happened.
I fly.
Why do you say "fly"?
Because
They said "fly."
No, because I watched the movie recently.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Well, for the last 20 years, well, for the first 20 years of my life, I should say, I thought he said "Run, you fools," and then I listened to it with, I watched it with subtitles on. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
He almost burned his house down.
And I'm like, that.
No.
Is that right?
No, yeah, because when he says fly, he gets real breathy and it shakes his beard around. He's like,
Yeah.
fly. you fools."
Yeah.
He's like a Muppet.
Yeah.
All right. I only have a couple more, guys.
John, this is a great corner.
I know, right?
We're having a good time over
Thanks.
here.
Are we? Are you guys lying to me?
It's a very visual.
Yes. Yes,
This is
you
very-
are.
I'd rather talk
visual
about this than
medium.
Ant-Man.
There you go.
Ah, yeah.
All right. This one's kind of controversial.
Also, games are fun.
Okay. Especially in light of a new game that just came out. A lot of people are misremembering this. Who's Voldemort in this picture?
The trick question, because the actual evil Dark Lord is not in this picture. The actual Dark Lord is J.K.
J.K.
Rowling.
Rowling. Right. Lady. Dark lady.
That's good. That's
Fuck
good
you.
right
Excuse me,
there.
I really wouldn't want to misgender her.
So which one? So you're saying neither of them?
Yes, that's
Neither of
correct.
them are Voldemort, which was my question.
That is my answer.
Okay, what's your answer?
Can I see the picture again?
No, I've already pulled up the correct one.
Okay, I know in my soul of souls the Voldemort had no hair.
Oh,
Yes.
oh God, I have no hair. Oh wait, I have.
No, you got hair. You got hair.
I got that.
So
going
it's the one with no hair.
Oh, okay,
the
okay,
egg-shaped
okay,
one.
Okay. Chris,
They look so much alike. I can't. I
You
don't
can't.
know. I can't pick them apart.
really?
Yeah.
It's
My
the
favorite-
one with no nose.
Oh, my favorite part about this is it's an inside joke the audience doesn't get.
This is fully an inside joke that I'm calling Chris out for. I want you to know. I asked Chris for his permission. I can't call you out on this. You asked me my permission about the voice box thing.
Yeah.
The fake John. I asked Chris his permission if I could call him out on the podcast.
That's a good picture.
Thank you. I edited it myself.
No, I meant Voldemort.
I specifically wanted one of him smiling and being happy. But I'm sitting there playing Harry Potter and or not Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy. And Chris is watching me stream it in our Discord, and he's like, "Wait, that looks like Voldemort?" And I forget exactly what you said, but you mixed them up.
I said that looks like Professor Snape.
And we're just like,
Huh?
Excuse me?
what?
And I'm like, because they're
He's
bald.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
They're bald. And I'm just like,
gotcha.
Excuse me.
Chris, he has quite a lot of hair on top of his head.
No,
Not a bald, no nose.
Voldemort.
You mean
Chris?
Voldemort, Chris? He actually confused
I
fucking...
didn't confuse them. My brain was like, that's their name.
He
So-
can-
So you confused them.
So
he confused them with a character that was neither of them.
now, Chris, we're gonna continue. Oh, we all agree. Well, you were wrong. Sorry.
I guess I was right.
Yeah, you were incorrect.
Well,
Chris,
I think the internet will redeem me.
now that we know who Voldemort actually is, can you figure out which one is Professor Snape?
Oh.
Yeah, was Professor Snape played by Alan Rickman or Keanu Reeves?
Can you remember what the last picture looked like? Also, did you know that was Professor Snape in Professor Snape in the last picture? I know, Keanu looks pretty
It would have
good.
been great if you just put the Keanu one in there, and then this one.
He could have played a young Snape,
This must have been...
even though canonically Snape is like 30 years old.
Also, I'm
Oh.
pretty sure Keanu's like 60.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
How old is he?
He's like in his 50s. I'm pretty sure. He's up there in age.
Looks younger.
Actually,
Yeah.
with the hair, it's kind of blocking part of his face, so he kind of looks like
John
the
Wick?
House.
Oh,
Oh,
Indeed.
yeah.
See, I immediately went to, before I
Who's
zoomed
that?
in, I...
John Wick?
No.
John Wick is a character that
No,
Keanu
House.
Reeves
Laurie.
played.
Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie, thank you.
I immediately thought it was Doctor Strange.
Okay. I have one last one for everybody.
Oh God, what
Audience.
time are we at?
Audience, this is another
59.
inside joke. I hope you enjoy it. I have had to deal with this hell for a long time. Okay? The line that happened early on in our game, was it a hillbilly dwarf that said, "You violated the love of my life"?
I know this one.
Or was it an old halfling that said, "You violated my daughter"?
Okay. The memification of it, I believe, resulted in "you violated my daughter" because that's punchier. It's funnier to say. You violated my daughter. So I think it's "you violated the love of my life." I think that's what it is.
It's Chris.
I wasn't there for that session.
That's true, he wasn't
Were
there.
you really not?
No,
It was just you, Justin, and Scott.
I've only known it as "you violated my daughter," so I don't know if it's
See.
right or wrong. But that's the one I know.
That's the one you know.
How about this? Both are right. You violated multiple people.
Oh my
we
God.
just haven't learned about him yet.
Well, you know. You'll be right.
All right.
I'm glad
Look
we
how
can
thick
finally
that man
put
is.
this to rest.
Jesus Christ.
Because
That's a
The-
big dwarf.
the drama
That's a
of the
huge bit.
line was that Kian, the dwarf, was publicly declaring his love Four-wheeler.
You know what it was? I think the meme came when he busted in. It was like, you violated the love of my life. And then we resolved that situation. Party kept going a little bit. And then we joked that, like, there's a hush. And then, you violated my daughter. Where the dad comes in.
Yeah.
I think so.
The thing is, you're misremembering it because the dad was there first.
Do you have this all written down somewhere?
Right up here, baby.
Like a steel trap.
That's how Mandela effects start.
You're right.
Ooh,
And did you see my track record tonight? 100%. Got them all right.
Chris,
I don't know.
I need you to step up your editing game. And I need you to make a robot that says whatever his actual percentage is. So it's just, I got 92%.
Guys,
I got John's a.
Oh my god!
Oh, man. Oh, God.
I don't know how to bleep shit.
That's
You
okay.
bleeped it before.
No,
I
that
just
was
cut
me.
it out. He bleeped it.
Great job. Great job on the bleep.
Thanks.
Chris, you never just...
You saved my own skin there.
I usually just like cut just the thing,
It's good enough.
I disagree.
but I like to put the noise. But I don't. I have.
Well, this was fun, John.
Simple layering.
I didn't know we could get so much enjoyment out of such a simple corner, but you have
A simple corner.
exceeded
A
expectations.
simple corner.
That's good,
from
I'm glad.
A simple man.
You know, that's what I'm here for.
I actually had something that I wanted to talk about, but we've kind of, got enough podcast here. So
Go for it. Who cares?
okay, well, let's just keep it a little brief then.
Okay.
Because honestly, we've already talked about so much cape shit already.
Mhm.
Ant-Man
Is
doesn't
it-
even wear a cape.
He doesn't.
Is
Not a
it
single Kang had a cape.
Is it a quantum realm?
Fuck.
Case?
And there were 1,000 Kangs.
If it's a little brief.
There we go.
Very good.
Huh.
Really, really strangling that one home. No, I want to talk about.
He's good at strangling.
I want to
Sleep
talk
deprived.
about the Super Bowl,
Superb.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Super
We're not allowed
Bowl,
to say that name.
the Superb Owl.
Superb owl.
Okay.
Wait, we're not allowed to say it?
No, we'll get sued.
Really?
By
Yeah.
whom?
The NFL?
NFL.
Roger Goodell?
Yes.
I don't think that's true.
Can we talk about how fucking lame the end was?
No. What I want to talk about the Super Bowl is specifically one of the ads that played during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The new trailer for the Flash movie.
Yep.
Got you guys. You thought we were talking about sports. But no, we're just talking about more superhero stuff.
I'm out. Fuck this shit.
Did you see how fucking smug Michael Keaton looked? I'm
He
Batman.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so
That's the only part that I remember from the
It
trailer.
still fits.
the problem is, like, who is running the ship over there?
Ezra Miller is still the Flash. He's a criminal.
And now they've got some guy's grandpa, Michael Keaton, or whatever his name is, playing Batman.
Let's talk about how bad this is. So Monsi is a bit younger than us. She's in our friend group, and I was like, "Oh, did you see the new Flash trailer?" To her, the old Batman's in it, and she's like, "Oh, like the guy who was with Heath Ledger
no.
Joker." I'm like, "No. Back then,
Before him.
further." And she's like,
George
like
Clooney?
Adam West." And like, no, like
He's dead.
89, 90s, that guy. And she's like, I have no idea who you're talking about, Scott. And I sent a gif of him like looking like a jackass going like
Yeah.
and I'm like, this guy. And she has no fucking clue who he is.
Yeah.
Zoomers,
Bro.
am I right?
Dude, Jesus Christ.
And then I just said, it's the guy who played Vulture.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh!
Oh, yeah.
I loved him in Spider-Man.
Like, how did this movie still get made?
I don't know.
And why is it looks so bad?
Dude.
We are going to see that shit.
Oh, no.
We are going to see
You want to see it in
Flash.
3D?
Scott, you are really going to waste John's money
Yes.
to go see
Yeah.
The
Wait.
Flash.
I'll
I mean...
see it if we also see Mario when it comes out.
Oh.
Fuck.
I really don't want to see Mario.
There's like 6 more concussions.
You only hear it 5 times.
I know, man. I'm feeling conked out.
It'd be something to break up your movie going experience
I
to go
guess.
see something besides superhero movies.
You can do that?
No.
Yeah, there's other movies that play at the theater, John.
Oh, we would usually watch Star Wars theater.
That breaks us up.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about with the Flash, huh?
It's just how what is going on?
It's a bit of a miracle.
Cody, why don't you buy a ticket and find out for yourself?
By your own admission, miracles can be a
The
bad
problem is,
thing.
if I buy a ticket for this, then I am directly supporting it,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to do that
It'll probably be on streaming pretty fast.
on HBO.
Yeah.
But, like,
pirate.
but the problem is, like, I thought Ben Affleck was leaving. He was in the trailer.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
For
I
a
guess
second there, for a second, a brief moment, he's driving that thing, and I'm like, is that the fucking tumbler from
it looked like
Dark
it.
Knight? I'm pause, freeze frame, zoom in. It's just Batfleck again. he's on some dumb motorcycle.
Oh, you thought it was Christian Bale?
Yeah. For a second,
Okay, because
That would
like,
have been cool.
why are they doing a Spider-Man No Way Home with Batman in a Flash movie?
in a Flash movie.
Because he's the only one who can.
Like, I understand that they're doing a Flashpoint paradox type thing,
Yeah.
but
I think the guy from the show was in the movie,
no, well maybe, but no, Ezra Miller's playing two different versions
and I
of the
think
Flash.
another Flash is going to be in the movie.
Why is Ezra Miller still the Flash
don't know.
when they already have another actor who is currently playing the Flash who could just
know.
be in the movie?
They don't want to confuse people.
I guess.
Even
Like
though,
how they confuse people in Spider-Man No Way
even though
Home.
their most successful films aren't in their universe.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you want to know my favorite thing to point out about this whole debacle with the DC universe? Everybody's talking about the Flash movie. Everybody's is Batfleck coming back? What's happening with Henry Cavill? Are they making a Wonder Woman Part 3? Literally 0% of people are talking about Cyborg. You forgot that he even existed.
I did.
Don't
Until
say
I
that
brought
to
him
me. Don't say that to me. I just made a D&D character based on him.
I don't even know the actor's name.
No idea.
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
He in
I know
the
his
Snyder
dad.
cut, they made Cyborg. They did the thing they do with all fucking DC characters, where he's just a god now.
Yeah.
He's a technological god.
He can just do whatever he wants to those mother's boxes.
Yeah.
I think
You're pretty funny. You should make a podcast.
I think my favorite thing about DC at this point is The Rock's Black Adam movie came out.
Excuse me?
The Rock's Black Adam
Adam
movie.
of color.
And in his trailer, in every interview that he did, he talked about Black Adam being like the hierarchy of power of the DC is gonna change. And the movie comes out, and since that movie came out, everything about the DC is just falling apart.
Ezra's got curly toes. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to fucking do anymore.
Hey, Shazam 2 still on track.
Also, isn't it weird that it's a bunch of literal children
Yeah. Yeah.
in Shazam? Like they're
I
children.
didn't even
who turn
watch
in-
the first one.
They're children who turn into men and women.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, that's always been the impetus
It's weird.
in the comics for them.
Whatever's happening, they're doing their own thing over there.
Sure.
Can we also talk about the clusterfuck that is
You're doing great.
Fast and Furious 10?
The
Oh,
Fast
I
and
forgot
Furious
about
10
that trailer.
That was a great trailer.
It's incredible. It's
That-
just a superhero movie now.
That trailer made me want to go see my first Fast and Furious movie.
They're
Fast
gonna
and
fight
Furious, the
Aquaman,
original?
and then at the end, Vin Diesel's gonna make Aquaman part of the family.
Yeah. You counted like every single time that he said family in the trailer when we
Dude.
saw Ant-Man. And I just looked over at them, I'm like, I hope at the end of this everyone dies and it's just Dom without a family.
So the thing is, I thought, oh, this is the end. But no, the tagline from the trailer is, this is the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Which means we may still have another
Another 10.
dozen movies to go. It's not going to stop until they go to space.
They've done
or
that.
they do.
They've gone to space?
Yeah, they went to space in like 8. Only
Yeah.
for a second.
They're going to space for real.
I'm pretty sure they landed a car from the outer atmosphere on land.
Oh, they're going to land
On the moon.
the moon or the International Space Station, and they're gonna drift the space station.
On the
Oh my
solar
god!
panels.
They're gonna fucking curve around the sun.
Oh. They're gonna go back in time, too.
That was my second one. Is once they go back in time, and then what do they even do?
What
They
was
go
that
back
thing?
in time to when they were just
To kill
doing
Hitler.
drag races and looking for stolen DVD players.
Is that what the first one was about?
Yeah.
What
All
was the
they're
dude's
missing
name
is-
that died?
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker.
They can go back in
They're gonna go back in
time.
time and save him in real life.
His brother can play him.
Yeah,
and they'll just
that's
deepfake him like they did in that one movie.
There's that term again.
Deepfake. Yeah.
I'm confused
Why
on
are
how
things
this
so?
works.
Why are things so fake in the future? Is there something wrong with the Earth's magnetic field?
Nice.
little strangled there.
It doesn't make any sense.
You were so
We're getting a little slap happy.
we were leaving Ant-Man, and that trailer came up, and Scott was like, "You know what's gonna happen? Aquaman's just gonna become a part of Dom's family."
Yeah,
at the end of it, and I'm like,
He's basically
What, really?
Goku, and they're all his
And then
fucking enemies.
I hadn't watched like a
Fast and Furious.
Fast
Why do
and
you keep
Furious
saying
movie.
final?
And he started listing all of the villains who are now part of the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally forgot John Cena was in it. Like the last one I watched was Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
Like,
And that one took place in the future, right?
I guess.
Has that one happened yet in the continuity?
Yeah. I think. I don't know. There was actually one day where I just sat down and binged watched every single
That's a very
Fast and Furious
Very
movie.
John thing to do, I feel.
I think that was the
Watched
same
one,
time that I
two-
also binge watched all the fucking Saw movies.
I've only seen 2 of the Saw movies, the first one and the last one, and not in that order.
They're too grody for me.
They aren't that bad. They get hyped up.
Like, specifically, the last one I saw was, I think, Saw 8. And I
What
watched...
do you eat?
Excuse me?
What do you eat?
He ate...
Babies?
No,
We had a
babies.
joke to make.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember what
It was Galactus is a celestial, and apparently he eats planets, so that means he's a cannibal. He eats baby celestials.
I see.
Because
And then
we learned about that.
we were on the way home. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I just had a thought.
Sorry, we just cut you all the way off.
They reveal that Cariel is the bad guy in Saw 8, and then I saw Saw 1 where he's the main character and gets tortured. I'm like, oh,
Oh yeah.
what?
I forgot about
They
that.
did this thing. I think it was in Jigsaw.
That's a deep thing.
That movie that came out a couple years ago.
Mhm.
What's that term again?
Maybe it was before then. I don't remember. Where like the Saw people, there's like a group of people who were tortured by Saw, and they're like spinning it like it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they found new purpose in
Yeah.
their life and all that fucking BS.
That's horseshit.
That's people that are like, I love having a toxic relationship because it makes me feel things. Yeah, I just called everybody out.
I'm sorry, John.
I'm not one of those people.
Oh, okay. Fuck you then.
Are you?
I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. We're kind of running on fumes here.
Yeah.
Look at Chris.
Don't look at. I'm not putting a picture of me up.
Just put up a picture of one of those
I
worm
should
guys
put the
from Men in
picture
Black.
of me with the kids' 3D glasses.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. We watched the fucking movie in 3D, and he got his kids' glasses instead of normal glasses.
They fit on the end of my nose. They were like 3D readers.
Oh my goodness.
What an awful experience that
Well,
movie was.
I've been your host. Goodbye, everybody.
Farewell.